These first 3 years, Brock Purdy is already better than Brady was his first.
So are you?
I don't like Tom Brady, and Tom Brady was better than Brock Purdy.
Neither of you were alive then, so.
Best thing to ever happen in the world.
This is me when all Trev Scott's tape goes wrong.
Once again! Count some more bets, guys.
Wow. Finally.
Okay. Sorry, I just found these. Christian Watson, top 17 wide receiver.
Who said that?
That was Carrie.
Who bet on that?
Me and Carrie.
What we bet?
12-pack.
Of Randy Moss?
Wes Welker, Danny Amendola. Come on now. Put some respect on their names.
What did
Eric
they do
Decker.
What did they do after that?
Blair.
Speaking of that, Trevor, are you physically attracted to Jalen Hurts?
No.
You took a long time to answer that.
Well, like. Good job.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Beerly Football Podcast. It's about football, Beerly. I am your host, Zach Smith. Joining me as always is Trevor and Carrie's room. There he is.
There he is.
Trevor, of course. Actually, I'm gonna start with Carrie. Carrie, of course, is the biggest Drake May stan in the world.
Actually, no. ML football is bigger. I'm number 2.
And then Trevor, of course, is a stan of being pegged.
All right.
Not wrong.
What are you a stan of?
Trevor, do you feel uncomfortable up there?
Up where?
You're back in the top corner.
Oh. Nah, I kind of like it. I kind of
Okay.
like looking down on Carrie.
We can have Carrie on bottom.
If he says anything stupid, I can just.
I'm not a bottom.
I feel like Carrie's a power bottom.
There we go. Let's all get some weird nicknames, not just me.
Power bottom.
Yeah.
Pegger.
Yeah, we're keeping that around for at least.
Y'all do a spin-off show. It's called Power Bottom and the Pegger.
Yeah. me and
Oh,
Zach have the wide receiver room.
Shout out to Eastside. Damn, should have brought a tall boy to work. Let's go. Thank you for joining us, Eastside. It's always good
And
to have you here.
Definitely.
it's always great to have more than one Drake.
Good time when you hear from
And
us.
then, of course, Zane's here. Did T dirty in the intro. He did himself dirty, honestly.
I mean,
Yeah,
he
it
always
doesn't
did.
sound dirty.
The sky is blue.
It's not wrong. Not wrong.
Alrighty, so I need to get a bottle opener real quick. While I'm getting the bottle opener, why don't we start with Trevor? What are you having to drink tonight?
Tonight, I'm having a. I'm really excited to have.
Are you like a pirate or something? You just like got on a pirate ship in the 1700s, got yourself a bottle?
No, I actually I went
that
to
water?
the store. This was like the coolest thing I could find at the store. The label's up here. It's called Grosch or Grosch or Grolsch.
True.
That's got to be German. It's a premium Pilsner beer, and look at the lid on this thing. You crack it open like that.
That's pretty cool.
You kidding me?
Not gonna lie, I like it.
Let me know how it is.
It really tastes like nothing. I don't know if it's me. Hold on.
Is it just water? It's just water in a.
No, look at the bubbles. You see the bubbles?
It's just water in a green bottle.
We've never
Right.
know.
Yeah, it's a little beery at the end. These are good though. They don't taste
Trevor,
like
do you have COVID? Is that what's going on?
No, but I couldn't smell last week, and I can't taste this week. So I'm very nervous as what's
Have
going to
you
be going
gotten
on next
tested?
week. Huh?
Have you
I
gotten
feel
tested?
fine. I feel great.
No, I'm saying have you taken a COVID test?
No,
Who takes
no.
COVID tests in 2024?
I
We're
don't.
not 2020 guys.
Carrie is a weak bottom, according to Zane. Zane would know better than both me and Trevor because they were roommates before we
That hurts.
moved in with them. So
True. Carrie,
Hurts.
real quick.
Drake
Weak
May
bottom.
is the future from Esai.
He is.
Weak bottom or
Future-
power bottom, Carrie?
He is going to be the quarterback of the New England Patriots
Left?
for the foreseeable
Left
future.
bottom,
Left bottom. All right. Okay.
obviously.
Assuming there is a right bottom somewhere. Maybe that's Zach. Maybe the right bottom was the friends we made along the way.
That's a quote. You should.
Is that a
put on
Stella,
the
Zach?
t-shirt.
This is a Stella. I'm drinking Stella. I have
Green
3 of them
snipe
here. I have 3 of them here. Because we're bringing back an old segment on the show that we used to do. We're going to play a game. Drinking game, specifically.
And the
So-
loser will get burned live on the podcast.
Well, we don't got to do all that, but...
You don't not have to.
Carrie, what are you drinking?
Oh, can you guys guess?
Mango.
Mango.
Blue Moon Mango. We're back again, baby.
I feel like
One-
Carrie is just on this weird mango kick lately, and I'm not sure how I feel about it. It's a little
One of
weird.
these days,
It's
I
gotta
will
be doing
take a
something
trip.
for him.
I will try something new and take a trip. It's been. I was on a stretch there with some crazy beers, and then people stopped getting me beer, so I have to do it myself now.
It's been has it been a year or 2 years since your parents got you that for your present?
They'll last me like a year and a half. So this is like uncharted territories. I'm
Wait,
gonna have
there's
to go
no
to
way.
Brazil.
Gotta buy his own beer.
There's no way.
There's no
What?
way.
I was looking up something. Hold on. Did this guy block me?
Bro's looking
What?
up Josh Allen's stats before wide receiver one.
No, I'm getting scared. Does bro delete his tweets?
Was it me? Not me.
Not you.
I don't
There's
delete,
only one person that deletes their tweets, and it's Billy Truff Scott.
I don't delete tweets. I don't delete. Yeah, I delete some stuff. I don't delete everything, but I delete some things.
Every
This
bad
was
take.
really pretty with a flower in it.
Oh my god, he deleted his tweet.
Mm.
Oh, run and hide, run and hide.
I know who you're
How
talking about.
the mighty have fallen.
It's the Florida State shit guy.
No, I know who he's talking about. The hit guy.
Oh my god, he deleted it.
The hip guy.
He
Yeah, the guy that
deleted
did
his
Trevor
freaking
Lawrence.
tweets. Oh my god, that triggers me. That triggers me. We'll get to it in a second. First, we got a game to play. It's called Fumble Roulette. Okay.
Sure.
By the way, anyone in chat, if you want to suggest a game, leave it in the comments down below, and we'll read them and see if we like anything for the next week. Maybe we'll play the game that you submitted. And if you do pick a game and we end up playing it, we'll shout you out on the show as well. So,
Yeah.
Fumble Roulette. So it's pretty simple. We're gonna go in a circle. Someone's gonna name a teams or players in a category. The example they give is like QBs that have won an MVP. And then you go in a circle until someone either hesitates or repeats.
Mm-hmm.
If they lose, this says take a drink. I'm saying I have 3 beers here. We got to get through some beer. I'm trying to drink through what's left over from the wedding. If you
Let's double
miss it, it's a 5-second pull.
All right. Okay.
Goodness.
4-pack is going to last me tonight. These are actually big bottles, though. I don't know if you could tell. But
They seem bigger than normal. I'll give
these
you
are
that.
decent. Yeah. A big fan of this.
A little chunky.
All right.
Alrighty.
So I'm assuming it's going to go this way. Yeah.
Yeah, clockwise.
All right. I can't really tell. what the
Carrie,
clock-
start us off. Carrie, do you have a group of people you want to start off with?
Let's do it. All-time
Wait.
Philadelphia.
Okay, I have a question. What is the rule on challenges?
The other 2 people have to agree, but no shady shit.
So if say Trevor says a name and I say no, that's not right.
Oh, if you
Wait,
call
wait.
somebody out,
If you
Oh,
call
wrong?
somebody out, if you're wrong, if the call out is wrong, you have to do that. Okay, I just want to make
Yeah.
sure.
All right.
Okay, what is it, Carrie?
And also in the rule, you can't do one that's like one.
all right.
Yes, yeah, you can't do
Yeah.
a group that's
All right.
one or
Words that
2.
rhyme with orange.
All-time Philadelphia Eagles quarterbacks.
That's not a stat, but I mean,
Is it-
Oh,
Is it-
mine was similar
thought it
to
could be-
that.
Yeah,
I mean, so just like Philadelphia Eagles quarterbacks
Yeah,
in
yeah,
general.
as long as we can go.
Okay, I'm going to start Donovan McNabb,
Michael Vick,
Kenny Pickett,
Carson Wentz,
Tim Tebow. Whew.
Randall Cunningham,
Nick Foles.
All right.
Ooh, rough.
We didn't even say Jalen Hurts.
I know. I was thinking back, and I'm like, God, I almost got stuck, and I was like, wait, Nick Foles is on that team.
Dude, I was
Kevin
thinking-
Kolb, I think, was the last one I had.
I don't know why I started going back to the 1900s instead of their current quarterback. All right. All right, Zach, what do you got?
I'm gonna go. This could go on. The one I had could go on forever, but I kind of like it because I want to see who runs out. Running backs with multiple 1,000-yard rushing seasons.
Me first?
Yep.
Derrick Henry.
Adrian Peterson,
Saquon Barkley,
LT.
Barry Sanders,
Marshall Falk.
Doug Martin.
already done.
Got it. Oh my God, there are so many.
Muscle Squirrel Minchin.
I couldn't
Yeah,
do it.
I knew Trevor was probably gonna go Doug Martin.
Yeah, I just
I
blanked.
feel like I could have kept going on that. They were. Just
That's what I thought would last for a while because there's a ton
I
of
feel
them.
like sometimes the stress just gets you and you overthink stuff. It's like, you
Yeah.
know it?
No, I get it. I get it. All right, Trevor, you pick one.
All right, you guys ready? You
I was
ready?
born
Carrie?
ready. Yep.
I was born ready.
Wait, did somebody drink?
I did.
Carrot. Yeah.
NFL teams with animal mascots.
Panthers,
Bengals.
Jags,
Ravens,
Eagles.
Broncos,
Lions.
Colts.
Bears.
Damn it.
I was getting nervous. I was running out of them.
Did somebody say Seahawks?
No, I don't think anyone
That was
did.
the only one
Pressure
I
is
had.
too much, man.
That was good.
Struggling.
All right, Carrie, you're back up.
God, this one might be tough. All right, quarterbacks that have started and lost a Super Bowl game.
Okay. Jared Goff.
Jim Kelly.
Brock Purdy.
Fuck.
Oh, wow. Okay.
That wasn't that hard. I could have gone like Peyton Manning.
Could have
Pressure,
said Pat
man.
Mahomes.
Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts.
It's tough, man. It's not easy.
That was when the pressure got to me there. Okay. Let's go with. I'm gonna try and think of something obscure.
Oh, no.
You know, we're gonna go into college football because we got college football
Oh,
to talk
great.
about today.
All right. Okay.
Uh,
History, I'm fine.
We're gonna go with Heisman Trophy winners.
Baker Mayfield.
Derrick Henry.
Devonta Smith,
Lamar Jackson.
Vince Young.
Tim Tebow,
Darren McFadden.
Reggie Bush.
Johnny Manziel.
Caleb Williams. Was that too late?
I'll give it to you.
Oh, you got it. Travis Hunter.
Nope, that does not count.
Wanted to see if that would get through it.
Oh, dude, I had one more left. I guess I could have gotten two.
Can you name anyone before the 2000s? I was trying to think of anyone.
Herschel Walker.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Who's that guy that fought in the war?
Did Montana win one with Notre Dame?
I don't think so.
Also, I said Darren McFadden. Y'all let that slide. I don't know if he won Heisman. Dude.
I don't think he did.
No, I don't. Yeah. I don't
Hey, if you don't,
I was too busy thinking about the next one I was going to use.
Yeah,
I wasn't
I knew
thinking.
Kerry wasn't going to say something, but I thought Zach might catch me.
I was too busy trying to focus on it because it was going fast. I was like, oh, shit.
I
think I've only lost once or twice. Is it my turn?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. A little blend between college and NFL. First overall draft picks. Kerry.
Caleb Williams.
Trevor Lawrence.
Cam Newton.
LaMarcus Russell.
No.
LaMarcus Russell is crazy.
Dude, I almost drank.
Oh,
four.
damn.
Oh my god. Okay. Carrie's up.
Goodness.
Last
Choking today.
round here. Last round, Carrie.
Come on, boys. I'm too sober.
Ugh.
Me too. Carrie, you're supposed to be the ball knowledge guy.
I know. I'm struggling.
I thought you'd be so much
Settle
better
in,
at this
settle in,
game.
settle in.
I know. Give me a second. I gotta think of a good one. Let's see. All right. Second string tight ends in the NFL right now.
Brenton Strange.
Lucas Cruel.
Austin Hooper.
Mo Alley Cox.
Yeah, I think Branson starts. Trevor?
He's already drinking.
Surprised.
That was like the only other one I had. I was like, I'm pretty sure Mo Alley Cox isn't the starter.
I was surprised nobody said Noah Gray.
You're surprised no one said Noah Gray.
I was trying to think about the Bucks, and then it didn't come to my head right away, and then I couldn't get my mind off of that instead of going. to another team.
Keith is the Bucks number 2.
So he is just a random ball knowledge guy. Just like random.
Yeah.
Who's the backup tight end?
Exactly.
All right, what do we got, Zach? Ooh, I got a good one.
LaMarcus Russell is so funny.
Yeah, LaMarcus Russell is crazy.
Tried my heart out, man.
Okay. Let's go with quarterbacks who have passed for over 4,400 yards in a season.
Matt Stafford.
Justin Herbert.
Tom Brady,
Tua.
Matt Ryan.
Aaron Rodgers.
Andrew Luck.
Brett Favre.
I'm going to challenge on the Tua one.
Can he go that back far, though?
Huh?
Can he ask that?
Yes, I can. Y'all
You
talking
would
too
do it.
fast.
Yeah, last year, Zach, 4,600.
Well, what if Zach's wrong? Zach gets a drink.
Yeah, I have to drink. So
Yeah.
there's another one. I didn't like the Andrew Luck pick. Honestly, I didn't think he had 44.
I knew it was. Oh, I thought you were challenging Tua.
I was, but I wanted to go Andrew Luck. I just couldn't think of his name when I said a challenge.
He hated
Did
all
he get
of
it before? Oh.
I think Andrew Luck did.
I don't think he did.
No?
Yeah, he did. 47-61.
Oh, did he? Damn.
And his rookie year. Oh, no, that was his last year.
All right.
All right. Ooh. All right. NFL quarterbacks who have played for multiple teams. Jerry.
Michael Vick.
Tyrod Taylor.
Let's go. Kerry Collins.
Jacoby Brisket.
Baker Mayfield.
Let's go. Jeff Garcia.
Kevin Cole.
Nick Foles.
Let's go. Luke McCown.
Jimmy Garoppolo.
Kirk Cousins.
Let's go. Josh McCown.
Carson Wentz.
Let's go Aaron Rodgers.
Go Tyler Huntley.
Chad Henne.
Tom Brady.
Matt Castle.
Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Alex Smith.
Matt Castle. Somebody said him.
Yep.
No,
Gary said him.
Wait, I thought
I
you
didn't
said
say Matt
Case Keenum.
Castle.
Huh?
I didn't say Matt Castle.
I thought you did.
Mm-mm.
Keep it going. Matt Castle.
Yeah, keep going.
Blake Bortles.
Geno Smith.
Case Keenum.
Tarvarius Jackson.
Brad Johnson.
Drew Lock.
That was a good one. Aaron Rodgers.
I already said him.
Wow, that was a good one.
I was just stalling.
I was running out fast. I was thinking like quarterbacks. Trey Lance, Esai. Good one.
Trey Lance is a good pull.
Trey Lance, yeah. we should have been able to go on for a lot longer. We did, but
Yeah, almost every single one of them has,
disappointing, guys.
except the like
Disappointing.
super young ones that are like still on rookie contracts. But
True.
That was a good one. Did anyone say Russell Wilson? Did
Nope.
I thought of it immediately after the game ended.
I? Yeah.
I thought, oh, Justin Fields. Oh, Russell Wilson.
Yeah, there's a lot of them that could have
Yeah.
gone, but
Oh, Gardner Minshew.
it's never ending, guys.
Yeah, never ending. All right, that was the game this week. That was Fumble Roulette. We're still entirely too sober, so we'll have to find a way to drink all this beer some way, one way or another. But let's get into some college football. Big upsets this week in college football. I think the biggest one being Michigan beating Ohio State at the Horseshoe, a team that was an underdog by over 3 touchdowns.
And they were missing their two of their best players in Will Johnson and Colston Loveland.
Yeah, I know. And didn't matter.
Did not.
What did you guys see that game?
Ohio State is not that good. I don't know why they commit to the run so much when both their running backs can be very inconsistent and they have such a talented receiver group. They do not throw till it's too late. It's like I don't love Howard, but he has the weapons around him to succeed. And against such a good – I mean, Michigan may not be much this year, but they still have a very good D-line, a solid defense. And
Yeah,
I don't know why
I can tell you why. I can tell
running
you.
day chokes.
No, because it's a pride issue at Ohio
Really?
State. They want to show that they are bigger and stronger than Michigan. So instead of playing to their strength, which is their wide receiver unit, which is extremely good, they decided we're going to run it down Michigan's throat. We're going to go strength on strength and try and run it down Michigan's throat. And like you said, Kerry, they just never got anything going offensively because they're trying too hard in the first half to let's establish the run. Where if they would have thrown the ball 50 times, Michigan's going to lose that game.
Yeah.
100% of the time, Michigan's going to lose that game.
That
They
was
don't-
probably just this scenario from the outside looking in, outside the, well, I guess inside the lines too, because they planted the flag. That's probably like this. That game probably sucks the most to be the players being 11-1, catching Michigan on a down year. There's so much hate in that series. Now's the time to beat them. You're the number 2 team in the country, and yeah, that's embarrassing. That's
Yeah.
really embarrassing. I could see why they were.
That's
So
crazy.
that after the game.
So, some Ohio State guys are going to graduate never having beaten Michigan.
That's-
4 in
Yeah,
a row.
what's that one guy's name? The defense?
Yeah.
Jack Sawyer, 0-4.
Yep.
He just reminds me of like Max Crosby Jr.
Yeah.
A little bit of that crazy side. But
Here's the thing. Another thing that happened in college. What is your guys' opinion on flag planting? For it, against it, good for the game, bad for the game?
I think it keeps
I think-
rivalries up.
If
You
it
can't-
becomes like an every year kind of, well, it's not an every year, I guess. But yeah, if you can beat probably your biggest rival at the end of the year, I would say do it. Go for it. But if you're the other team, you have a right to go out there and, defend your field, I guess.
If you can't defend your field in the first place by knocking off a crappy Michigan team, I don't know.
Yeah, but that, if you plant the flag, you got to be ready for them to, come unplant it. So,
That's true.
it's disrespectful for sure. They're probably going to ban it in the NCAA. That's why I think the NCAA is going to be gone in 15, 20 years. There's going to be a bunch of little amateur leagues around America for all the sports. NCAA is cooked. We got
Interesting.
Shedeur
idea.
Sanders making $6 million this year. Do you guys see that?
Let's see the Michigan transfer got 10 million to switch to MLSU.
That's crazy. Yeah, the NCAA is cooked. Watch it while you can.
I saw a tweet. It was like, get ready for some rich Pakistani guy decides to invest like 50 million into Rutgers 1 year.
No, you remember LeVar Ball, that little basketball league he made that LaMelo played in for a little bit?
I think so. Yeah.
You just got to wait till one really rich guy does that same thing, probably. So get some good players in there.
Guess so.
Yeah, the NCAA is cooked, but playoffs will be fun.
I want to say
It's all
playoff
for the
ranking.
conspiracy.
Playoff ranking came out. tonight, the fact that Alabama will most likely be in if Clemson doesn't win is ridiculous.
That's bullshit.
I would take Zach's Miami over Alabama. South Carolina, though they lost Alabama, they've been playing incredible lately. They got bumped up only one after beating Clemson. South Carolina deserves to be in the playoffs. And
Here's my problem with putting Alabama in. Because if you put Alabama in, it's clearly a brand thing. They are not playing the best right now. They just got beat by what are they, 5-7 Oklahoma team? Like, what are we doing?
it's
Like, they got not just beat by Oklahoma, a 5-7 Oklahoma. They got whooped by a 5-7 Oklahoma team.
So they're 9-3, right?
Yeah.
Miami's. I mean,
I think
if
I would think
we're
most likely, without looking at like the math of it, I would think Miami and Alabama could both get in at the same time. Is that right?
No.
They
No.
put out the rankings tonight. The only way that if SMU, what is it? If SMU wins, then Alabama's in.
What if Clemson wins?
If
Miami's in.
Clemson wins, it's either going to be SMU or Alabama.
So Miami's not in. Really?
Thank you, Issa. I definitely agree.
So
I mean,
Miami's
just
gonna be
like,
in.
here's the thing. You look at Miami's 2 losses on the year. One's to 9-3 Syracuse team. Not a bad team. They're just not a bad team. 9-3 is not easy. I don't care what level of football you're playing. 9-3 is not easy. And the other loss was to a Georgia Tech team that almost knocked off Georgia last week.
Georgia
Took them
Tech's
to
a good
8
team.
overtimes. Georgia Tech's playing good football, especially when their starting quarterback is healthy.
Yeah.
So I think it's garbage. I just think it's garbage.
I would agree with you. I think it would be more ridiculous if SMU loses and they get in over SMU.
Oh, that would be ridiculous.
That's less likely, but
I think it's completely ridiculous to put Alabama in the way that they've been playing lately.
sadly, I think we all have to be Clemson fans, and I do not trust Clemson to win a big game ever.
I mean,
You don't like old Dabo?
I don't know.
Kate
Dude,
Klubnik has not
Fine,
won a
Miami.
big. Kate Klubnik has not won a big game in his career yet. He's
That's
not
true.
being a good team.
That's true.
I think that's
Zach, right now it has Miami in the Pop-Tart Bowl playing against BYU on
There
December
you go.
28th.
Okay, so that game's going to be a blowout.
And it has Florida and Georgia Tech.
I saw something about Florida and Colorado.
Really? That'd be interesting. I bet Shador wouldn't play in that game.
No, he said he wouldn't.
Yeah.
But him and Travis Hunter both said they're not playing in the bowl game.
I thought Dion said they both were.
I think they both said they weren't.
I
But
thought Dion.
I think Dion wants them to, but
They won't.
I hope Florida comes to Florida in one of the Florida Bowls.
Would you go?
I think it's ridiculous to put Alabama in the playoff. But they're going to get in because they're Alabama, and that's basically it.
So they'll get in as it's 1 through 12, right? It's not 2 sides of 6.
What?
The bracket.
There's 4 with the top 4 get a bye, and then the 5 through 8, 12 play each other.
Okay.
Top 4 conference champions get a bye.
Yeah. Interesting. So when are these games being played? Is that this weekend or next week? Yeah.
Conference championship is this weekend.
Yeah.
This weekend, really? They don't take a week off? That's
So-
awesome.
And then there's a week off for Army Navy.
So let's look at the games for.
It might actually be a game this year, man. Not that it's not normally, but still, 2 good teams.
Yeah.
So we got UNLV and Boise State play Friday night. Whoever wins that one is in.
UNLV's no pushover from what I've
No.
heard.
They
Aren't they
need
top
to-
25?
They're 20 right now. They're 10-2, and they're the crazy one because they had that quarterback that opted out because he wanted more money or something,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
and they brought him back up, and they've been just as good. And their only losses are to Syracuse and Boise State.
Yeah, Syracuse is terrible.
Terrible. But let's
That's just what listen, the only reason I'm saying that is because that's what people keep telling me. Syracuse is so bad.
I said all season it was going to be a shootout, and Syracuse.
Well, I knew it was going to be a shootout. They
Syracuse
throw the
is
ball
good.
400 times a game. And Miami's secondary, whatever reason, their defensive coordinator just wants to put the. By the way, I looked at this. How many upperclassmen do you think are in that secondary in standard formation?
In what? In whose secondary?
Miami's.
Dude, when Florida played Miami the first week, y'all had a lot of transfers. I don't know about upperclassmen, but I know there was a lot of transfers on that team. On offense, I don't know about the defense.
So on the defense, we have a true freshman playing one corner, a true sophomore playing at the other corner spot. We have a true sophomore at one safety, and then we have a redshirt senior playing the other safety spot.
Wow. So 3 years from now, 2 years from now, y'all might be all right.
I mean, it's just.
Ward is going to be leading the Raiders back.
But
to
the problem is when you got young guys in like that, you just can't leave them on islands against wide receivers.
Yeah.
That's just a recipe for disaster.
That was a crazy fun game, though. But I want to talk about something which I don't think we've talked about on the podcast before, but we've talked about a lot. Heisman. Let's just say two of us are one candidate, and the other one seems to support somebody based on snaps. Let's talk about it.
It's not based on snaps.
What's it based on?
What are you asking me?
Why should Travis Hunter win the Heisman? Can't even think.
He's the best player in America.
Mhm.
And
At what?
he has played at a top tier level against better competition than the
No, he
others.
hasn't.
That's just not true.
It is true.
Against his best opponents, how is his stats?
And who's
I'm
the
not
best?
sure.
Who's the best team he's played this year, Trevor?
I don't know. I'm not a Colorado fan.
You just
I
said
can
he's
tell
played
you
against
somebody
premier
who's
talent.
played
What's
against
one?
San Jose
Name
State.
one premier talent he's played against this season. Has he played against Oregon, Ohio State,
I'll
anybody?
base it off this. Colorado has the 41st strength of schedule. Boise State has the 71st. That's
And have they
pretty big
played
gap.
have Colorado played a top 25 team this season?
they've played almost twice as good teams as Boise State. When Reggie
So
Bush won
what's the
Heisman,
team that Colorado's played that's as good as Oregon?
Probably none.
Okay.
That's just one game. It's a full season award, you know.
Okay. Who's the best team that they played, and what was Travis Hunter's stats against them?
I'm not sure. I don't know.
Do you want me to look it up for you?
He has very good season stats.
When he's stat padding in the fourth quarter of a game where his team's up 45-0, I don't really care about
That the
those stats.
ultimate stat pad candidate is Ashton Genty.
That's crazy. That's insane.
Reggie Bush won his Heisman with 187 carries. Ashton Genty is at 316.
He played for USC.
He's still got a game to go. He's still got a game to go.
Trevor, have you ever heard of Boise State before this year?
Yes, my whole life.
You sure?
Yeah, they have the blue field. I heard there was like the
Can you
second
name,
team
can
I
you
ever
name
heard
one
of.
Boise State player before this year?
Kellen
One.
Moore.
Did he go to Boise State, Zach?
Kellen Moore.
So did Austin Pettis. You want to keep going, bud? It might be Dante Pettis.
Wow, you're right on Kellen Moore.
Of course I was.
So proud of you.
So the best team that they played was Kansas State.
You know, who also went there was Khalil Shakir.
Whoa, do you know what Travis Hunter's stats were against the Kansas State Wildcats?
We're not a
I
great
think
team.
that's the game he
by
got hurt. He had one catch.
Travis Hunter. Well, at least he got 2 tackles, 1 solo.
That's pretty good.
And then he had 3 receptions for 26 yards.
I think he got hurt that game. I'm pretty sure he got hurt that game. Also, a good corner doesn't accumulate stats.
But what about wide receiver? Does the
What does he have?
competition not matter?
Doesn't he have like
In that
15
instance?
touchdowns?
Huh?
Doesn't he have like 15 touchdowns?
Against Oklahoma State, he had 3.
Okay, so 12.
Okay.
Just as many as any other receiver in the country.
14 touchdowns.
Okay, so 11 if you want to take away games. So you have to take away Genty's best game too.
Why?
Because you're taking away best games. You're taking away one guy's best game, take away the other guy's best game too.
For Genty, he wasn't in blowout. Did you also see the stat of how many games that Genty didn't play in the second half or was injured?
If it's based solely on stats, give it to Genty. If it's based solely on stats, Genty deserves it.
Where is Boise State without Genty?
Dude, I don't know what to tell you. It's not reality.
What?
So do you think Shedeur has a case for Heisman?
Not a serious one. I think it's pretty 1-2 right now. If there's some guys after that with they had a good season, maybe in other years they might be a Heisman contender.
Okay.
But this year it's very A or B.
So who's better, Shedeur Sanders or any other player on Boise State?
I don't know. Probably Shedeur.
Probably Shedeur.
Yeah.
Okay. Would you consider Shedeur Sanders like a top 3 quarterback in this draft class?
Top 3 prospects? He's right around there. Yeah, sure.
Okay. So, yeah, we have seen it actually. So it's crazy.
Seen what?
When's the last time you seen a guy do what Hunter's done in college football? Oh, yeah, that's right. You have it. Yeah.
Who's done it?
So is Taysom Hill the
Deion?
MVP? Is Taysom Hill the
receiver in
MVP?
college?
I mean, he returned kicks. He did, he was a more exciting player than Travis Hunter has been.
I mean, Travis Hunter has
Ever.
14 touchdowns, though. Deion didn't play receiver like that.
Who's a more exciting player, Deion Sanders or Travis Hunter?
Probably Deion Sanders.
Okay.
The competition was way worse back then, though. It's harder to be super exciting. It's harder to be head.
It's a lot easier to play wide receiver in current day.
Then it's a lot easier to play running back then, too.
No, it's
How do you
The
think,
offensive line's better.
Trevor, do you think Travis Hunter would have been as good if he played in the SEC?
Kerry, Ashton Genty plays for Boise State.
No, answer the question.
Yeah, he was the #1 overall prospect. He was committed to Florida State for 3 years. They were burning Deion Sanders' jersey when he didn't.
So
go to
how
Florida State.
would he play in the SEC?
How would Genty play in the SEC? I don't know. It's imagination. I don't know.
Genty had 200 yards and 3 TDs against the number 1 team in the country. So he's proven he could dominate
Oregon
against good
Ducks
teams.
defense is not a real defense.
The number 1 team in the country versus
That's
further out-
crazy, dog.
versus Kansas State is the best team that they played.
Playing 8. Listen to the snaps. The snaps. He plays the snaps. He's
Snaps
okay at 2
and-
positions. That makes him a Heisman candidate. Shut up.
He's snaps,
He's
yeah.
a top receiver, and he's probably better at corner. But a good corner doesn't.
No, he's not better at corner.
Yeah,
he's
I think
not.
he'll play corner in the NFL.
I doubt it.
He's a better corner than receiver.
I don't think so.
He's probably more useful on Colorado as a receiver. But I think if the Jags draft him, they should put him at corner and just let him play offense.
If the Jags draft him, he's going to be a bust, and it's going to be the firing of Trent Baalke. So I'm hoping we do at this point because he's not gone. So
It's a good sign for Jags fans because Caleb Williams was supposed to be a bust too. Looking all right.
is he?
Yeah, he's looking good.
Is he?
Yeah,
He just cost
guy.
his coach his job.
He's their guy. Nah, he did that to himself.
He just cost his coach his job. So
That job has been gone for 1.5 years now. Anyway, Heisman. If it's based purely off stats, sure, give it to Genty. But once you start throwing some circumstances in there, it's Travis Hunter.
throwing some circumstances in there, like
life.
Colorado running up the score in the 4th quarter, blowing out a team that hasn't scored a single point in the game, and you're throwing 4 verticals.
That quarterback was 5 of 20 at one point. They were playing the game.
Dude, it's crazy.
So Genty has never done that. He's never played in the 4th quarter of a blowout.
Most of the time they pulled him in half. What are you talking about?
But he probably has played in the 4th quarter of a blowout before. Anyways,
Can you point to
yeah,
the instance?
competition. Colorado.
Wait, you can't just say he probably has. You can't say he probably has. You have to pull up an instance. I gave you an instance. It happened last week.
Boise State wasn't up 45-0 and still throwing the ball in the fourth quarter.
Okay, Colorado doesn't get to play San Jose State.
They play.
Wait. So your argument is Colorado doesn't get to play San Jose State, as in San Jose State equals bad team. But that's a response to them beating a team 45-0, deciding to run up the score and throw 4 verticals in the fourth quarter with 3 minutes left.
Are we talking about competition?
No. I'm saying your response doesn't make any sense.
What was my response?
I said, Carey said that they were throwing the ball down the field to Travis Hunter up 45-0 with 5 minutes left to go in the game. Your response is, yeah, but Colorado doesn't get to play teams like San Jose State.
That game was over at half. The only reason of that second half was to boost Hunter for Heisman. That was the only
100%.
So not the running back with 37 carries.
Okay, Zane, I'm going to ban you. You're trolling so hard.
Trevor, do you realize you have to have 37 carries because you're on a Boise State offense that isn't that good and he carries that team?
The Heisman is an MVP award, Zane. Not the best player in college football. And he's still not the best player. He says best athlete in college football. But he's not the best. He's not the best athlete in college football.
It's not MVP. I don't think it should be MVP because all college teams are not built the same.
Shit. Goodness.
Whatever.
Colorado plays almost twice as good competition as Boise State. And Travis Hunter balled out this year.
Against bad teams, he balled out.
But Genty is a close second. I'll say that. And if it was just based on stats, for sure, I would give it to him.
And
Hawaii, Nevada, San Jose, Wyoming, Portland State, Georgia Southern.
I just want to see something real quick.
Utah State.
And Trevor, what's his worst game this year? Holding him to like 125 yards? His worst
I bet
game,
if we did a deep dive, we would find out.
His worst game this season is 11 carries for 127 yards. That's his lowest yardage this season. 11 carries.
And who was that against?
It was Portland State. Because he only played the first half of that game. He could have played the full half, and he could have put up even bigger numbers. But no, he's not Travis Hunter that gets to run it up against another shitty team.
You know, he had like 150 more carries than Reggie Bush's Heisman.
Because Reggie Bush
is a different offense. It's a different offense.
I guess. Force feed him against a bunch of two-star recruits. That shouldn't be the standard. I don't know. Maybe when is this announced?
So like the Derrick Henry in Tennessee, should he even not matter that much because he got so many carries a game?
What are we talking about?
Derrick Henry at his peak when he was getting 25, 30 touches a game.
In the NFL?
Yeah.
That's a little different than Portland State, Bub.
30 carries a game, it's not his fault, but 30 carries a game in college is his fault.
I'm not saying it's his fault. It's completely different. It's uncomparable.
Just a bunch of mediocre teams that
let's also just forget that Reggie Bush also had Matt Leinart at quarterback, who was insane in college.
So did he deserve it?
Huh?
Reggie Bush, did he deserve it?
Yeah. He's the most explosive player in college football.
But he had a top 3 quarterback in college, like Travis Hunter does.
Running back and wide receiver aren't the same thing.
Genty's a good candidate. Close number 2, but we can't give it to guys because they run all over. They don't. They really don't. Not in a week where you've basically all but been eliminated. They won the game, and that's all they could do. And they needed like 4 things to go their ways. Point differential did not matter in that game. That was all about boosting Shedeur and Travis Hunter. That was all it was.
100%.
But it's okay. Live a lie. That's fine. It's okay. Live a lie. And you know what? I'm not even saying Genty's going to win the Heisman because it's all about media hype and all that stuff. That's why Alabama's getting in the playoff. That's probably why Travis Hunter's going to win. It's because he plays for Dion, and his 8-4 football team's going to be so good.
Well, they're 9-3, aren't they?
I wish they would have played each other.
You do not. You do not.
Boise State is not.
Dude, Boise State would have rolled Colorado.
Colorado's defense would not have stopped Genty.
Probably not. Yeah, they would.
Genty would have gone for 265.
They wouldn't have stopped him, but Travis Hunter as well.
They wouldn't have
What do you
stopped
mean,
him.
and?
Trevor! Do
I
you
just said
do you know who DJ Giddens is?
JD Giddens?
DJ Giddens.
Is he the quarterback?
He's the running back for Kansas State, one of the better running backs in the country. And when he played Colorado, he had 182 rushing yards against them. What do you think Genty would have done? Yeah, around that, probably better.
I bet Kansas State probably has a better recruited offensive line than Boise State does.
Maybe.
Yeah.
That matters.
But everyone was running through Colorado this year. That's why they're not making the playoff or their conference championship game. Same reason Miami's not making the conference championship game because we didn't have a secondary.
Rough times.
When do they announce this? Before or after the playoffs?
Heisman?
Yeah.
I'm saying, Zane, I know you're really dumb, so this is what I'm going to tell you this, okay?
Look at the amount of games.
In games where it was a blowout, Genty didn't play the second half. In games where it was a blowout, Travis Hunter was running 9 routes down the field and Shedeur was throwing it up. I don't know what to tell you. It's night and day different. You're dumb if you can't see the difference between those two.
I don't think it's time yet to give the Heisman to Boise State players. I think when you have the 71st strength of schedule, that's a knock against you.
I think when their one loss was by 1 point against the number 1 team in the country, I think it's
Starist. It wasn't by 1 point.
What was it? I thought it was.
It was a one-score game.
It was close.
Was it by 1? It was by 3, I think.
I think it was.
My bad. Sorry, I was off by 2.
37-34.
Yeah.
But you know what? If Genty plays well in the playoffs and is exciting and big and awesome and not just, running the ball 40 times a game, he could definitely take it. He's definitely
Wait.
close enough.
Okay.
Wait, when is it given? When is it announced though? Is it before the playoffs or after?
I think it's
before the championship, isn't it?
It's before the championship. I think they do the first round, the quarterfinal, the semifinal, and there's like a week break. That's when they do the Heisman. I could be wrong though. I don't know.
I need to see Boise State play 2 games in the playoff. But I think they'll lose their first game, but I don't know.
I don't think so.
All right. You want to do some pick 'em for?
Yeah, let's do pick 'em. I got to go to the games.
All right.
I got to go to the games.
Let's
clicked
do
the wrong thing.
Let's do the college one first.
Okay.
All right. Friday, UNLV at Boise State. Winner, college playoffs. We got
Boise State.
I got Boise. I think UNLV will do everything they can to stop Genty. It won't be enough. Boise State with a win.
I agree. Boise State.
All right. Saturday, 12, Iowa State, Arizona State. Winner heads to the college football playoffs. Arizona State was projected to finish last in the Big 12 there in the championship with a chance for the playoffs. Who we got?
Who you got, Kerry?
I get Arizona State. If you've ever watched Cam Scatterwell, one of the best running backs in the country. He reminds me of McCaffrey. He can do it all, receiving, running. He's a great running back. And Rocco Beck can be a bit inconsistent for Iowa State. I got Arizona State. It looks like Trevor knows who he's got, though.
I knew this would come in handy one day, man. No doubt.
So random, but sure.
Oh, my God. Let's go with – I'm going to go with Arizona State.
All right.
I wanted to take the Cyclones, but I can't do it.
Poor guy. Both 10-2 heading in.
Yeah.
All right, SEC Championship, Georgia, Texas rematch. Who we got?
Texas.
Georgia.
I got Texas. I'll go Georgia, actually. Ewers did not look that healthy.
Here's my thing with Texas. They're really good against not very good competition. It's my one
They
problem with
should've-
Texas.
But you
They're
don't
off
give it
that-
to Ginty, that knock to Ginty.
I'm talking about the team as a whole.
They're
I mean,
off.
we saw them. Here's the thing: we saw them play Georgia already this year. Didn't look great. And we saw Ginty play Oregon, and it looked pretty fucking good. I don't think it's that complicated, but
Might be.
Georgia has a way better defense than Oregon. I hope
Yeah.
Oregon loses once they
Trevor's
play
a little-
SEC team.
Trevor's a little slow sometimes, so it's okay.
if only
No,
the SEC was. If only this was 5 years ago, I think that would matter.
No, I
All
think
right.
the SEC team will be Oregon.
Big Ten Championship, Penn State, Oregon. Penn State can't win. James Franklin can't win big games. Oregon.
You said what?
Yeah, that's 100% a fact.
State,
James
Oregon.
Franklin can't win big games.
James
You can't
Franklin.
do
Who would you rather bet on? James Franklin in a big game or Ryan Day versus Michigan?
Ooh. Was he 1-4 against Michigan?
I think, yeah. It's
He's got to win, so I'm gonna go. It's like 0-20 versus 1-4, so I'm gonna go with Ryan Day.
I'm actually taking Penn State.
That's crazy.
I'm
That's
taking Penn
insane.
State to
There's
expose the
never a
fraud.
chance that they're winning that game.
They're winning the
Because
game.
Trevor thinks Oregon's defense is a fraud since they give up 3 touchdowns to Jansen.
led by their
All
defense.
right, last conference championship, probably the biggest game of the weekend. Clemson, SMU. If Clemson wins, Alabama should be out, but if SMU wins, looks like Alabama will be in. So all Alabama fans will be rooting for SMU.
I think Clemson wins this game based on pedigree and coaching.
Cade Klubnik has choked in every big opportunity he's played in. So
SMU is going to
I
win
don't
this
trust
game
them.
by at least 10.
I would agree with that. Yeah, I take
SMU's
everything.
got a
DJ
great
Corral.
offense, and their defense is pretty good. They're going to win this game by at least 10.
I agree with Zacharias.
Because I don't trust Clemson's offense, and their defense doesn't impress me. Like, they're fine, but they're not impressive.
I'd agree. They've not beat anyone this year.
That's
Like
correct.
many of the teams in college football playoffs, honestly. All right, let's head into NFL Pick'em. Let me just read off our winners from last week. So, pretty normal week. We had 32 winners, so congrats to all of you who won. Again, we post these on Fridays. Get them all right. We'll shout you on the pod. So, congrats to these 32. We had at Q the Ball Nort, Eagles fan, at Okla Kid 2005, 2-time winner, at Frank Bohannon 6, 3-time winner, at Philly Sports Boom, Eagles fan, at Back It Up 74, Dolphins fan, at C Piazza, co-host of Liftoff Jets. I think he was our guest one time. At Barry Kathleen, 3-time winner, at Lucas Kieran, gamer and Dolphins fan, at Duke_Osborne from Alabama, at Christine 21186 Saints fan, at Cooper Michael B, Steelers fan, at Broda_James, Indiana University grad, at Mountains Today, Citizen of the Outdoors, at B Bill Howe 853-12885, 2-time winner, at Ghost Chiefs fan, at the Theo Durrett 0251 Steelers fan, at Nick Boston 35, 2-time winner, at K Irish Princess Nurse and Chiefs fan, at Andy Davies sports journalist. I think Trevor's been on the show or something.
Yeah, I like that guy. Shout out to Andy.
At VTEX Gain, 2-time winner. At Mary Israeri 24, 4-time winner. Good job, Mary. At Pole Champs, 2-time winner. At Jax Farillo, MAGA fan. At J_new, North Ball. At Balinali, not a troll. At Actual Bobby Bean, Trump fan. At D-Docs Andre, Steelers fan since 1971. At Sasha Mania 36, loves WWE. At the Sports Guy 13, Post Motivation. At Adam_Antle, 2-time winner. At Linkage 4890, Josh Allen fan. And at eGala 40831, 2-time winner. Congrats to all you winners.
Congrats.
And how about the Beerly boys? Week 13. It was a rough week for some, a better week from others. So if you all remember, 2 weeks ago, week 12, I changed it up and I did the opposite of all my picks, and I tied for the win that week. But
I did too.
Me being stupid, I decided to go back of my normal picks this week, and I went 0 for 3. So this week I'll be going back to the opposites and seeing if that works. Trevor, a rough week for him. First time in a while. Let's see. Trevor, it was week 11 the last time we did 1 and 2, but 1 and 2 for Trevor. Rough week. He did pick the Steelers though, but his Ravens and Falcons let him down.
Mm-hmm.
But it was Beerly Zach. Good week for him. 2-1. He picked up the Chargers and the Eagles, winning. Only missed the Bengals. Zach improves with a 2-1 win, and our
I
standings.
cursed Ohio sports about 2 weeks ago, and it's holding really true.
Good.
So sorry, Ohio sports fans, but I did that. So
All right, so our standings through 13 weeks. We have last place, me, 12 and 27. It's not great, guys. Not great. At second place at 19 and 20, only 6 games back.
it's
First
20
week
and
of that.
20. I just want to say it's 20 and 20. There's a protest there.
Sure. And
Mine's
leading the way,
protesting too.
we got Trevor at 25 and 14 in first place.
All right.
But before that,
13. All
before
right.
you go into week 14, I just realized we've had a guarantee on this show for years. A guarantee that someone on the show would make the fantasy playoffs every single year. And this year he is officially out of it without playoffs. How do you come back from that, Zach? How do you
It's actually really simple, Carrie. I was robbed of a win by another member of this podcast.
No.
I was cheated
No.
and lied to,
No.
and it's
I
really
even
that
gave you
simple.
your cookies back.
It's really that simple. I was cheated and lied to.
dunked
Carrie
your
was there
cookies-
for the group chat conversation.
It was.
I
It was
dunked
not
your
fair.
cookies in milk,
It was
and I gave 'em
absolutely
back.
not fair.
You waited
Yes, it
6
was.
hours.
And it wouldn't have mattered. He only got 3 points. I
don't
dunked
know.
cheated
your
and lied
milk,
to.
and I gave him back to you.
I was cheated and lied to.
It's very cheating.
So that's why I'm not in the playoffs, because I was
Exactly
cheated and
what
lied
I
to.
I can't
And
say a thing for you. I can't. It's unethical. It's against my ways.
shut the fuck up.
I got morals, dude. I can't
You
do that
don't.
to the rest
Shut
of the
up.
league. They would have been at my front door with fiery pitchforks, and you know it.
Fiery pitchforks, huh?
I
Yes.
bet. Goodness.
What games do we got this week?
I still have a shot at the playoffs in the Beerly League, though.
What's your record?
Oh, I might not actually. Damn, I didn't get any help. Everyone that had to lose won. That sucks.
Rough. Poor Zach. Poor guy.
It's okay. I'll get
All
over
right.
it.
Zach, what we got for this week?
So for this week, sadly
really
we can't do the
want-
Thursday night game, but just for funsies, who you got? Green Bay and Detroit.
I got Packers. Lions look really banged up on defense. I think Packers will beat them on a.
I got Detroit. They're at home. If it was in
Yeah,
Lambeau, it'd be a
Detroit.
different story.
It's Detroit. I don't believe in love. Give me Detroit.
Please get the poop bowl this week, please.
Here's the thing: I would pick the poop bowl, but I actually think it's incredibly obvious who's going to win that game.
I have to pick opposites, so I would pick that team, but I have to pick the other team, so I would pick otherwise. But
I'm trying to find games this week. Sadly, I think that's one of our better spreads.
Sunday Night
So
Football.
I think I have to pick it. So we're going to go ahead and go with it. We got 1 o'clock, the poop bowl, Jacksonville at Tennessee. Who are you going with, Gary?
You know, everything in my heart tells me the Titans, but everything in my heart is usually wrong, so I'm taking the Jags.
I'm going to go Tennessee.
Shit. I'm gonna
Zach, come on, you got to do it. Believe
I'm
me.
going Tennessee. I don't believe in this team. This team doesn't believe in itself. We have Mac Jones at quarterback.
That's true. Never bet on Mac Jones ever.
I think he's slightly better than CJ Beathard, but that's like saying like
I
a
don't
turd
know.
is worse than or is better than diarrhea. You know,
Bradford might be better.
I don't think so.
I don't know.
I watched them both play. I don't think so. All right, next up, we've got at 4 o'clock, Seattle at Arizona
Rematch.
at State Farm Stadium, Glendale.
I'll
We're gonna go with Trevor first. He's the leader.
Seattle.
I'm going with Seattle as well. I thought he would go with his boy Kyler Murray,
A
his
quickie.
other boy Marvin Harrison.
Instead, I'm gonna go with my boy. I don't have any boys on the Seahawks, so
And you know what? Seattle won last time. The NFC West is literally just parity. Everybody's 500. Seahawks won last time. Cardinals can win this time.
Wait, you have to go against your gut though.
I can't. I won't pick Geno. I won't. The NFC West is different. It's parity, man. We'll see. I'll do 2 against my gut, 1 with my gut. See how that works.
All right,
He's
so
gonna be wrong
there's
against
there's
those
2
teams.
games I could pick from left. I mean, technically 3, but 2 games really.
Sunday Night Football, Zach?
I'm thinking Sunday Night Football, but I don't know.
but
I just don't believe in the refs. I can't. I don't feel it's fair to put them in. I really don't. At this point, that last week was so crazy. That call last week was insane. I could not believe it. I just sat there like an open mouth watching that happen. I was nuts. How about this one? We're gonna go Chicago traveling to the Bay to take on San Francisco. San Francisco needs a win. Christian McCaffrey's out, potentially for the rest of the year.
He is out. He's out for the
The
year.
rest of the year.
And Jacob and Mason was also placed.
And
on,
Mason's banged up. But Chicago can't win football games. So it's going to be really interesting. Right now, San
we should
Francisco.
pick the loser of this game.
No. Okay, who's winning, Trevor? Chicago and San Fran.
I don't know.
I would probably take the team that's lost, 6 games in a row off the table, maybe?
Purdy's playing.
Yeah.
Purdy's playing.
This is a must-win for the Niners.
Yeah, give me the Niners.
Their season is
All
over.
right, go against your gut, Kerry.
Everything. This makes no sense to not pick the Niners, but my gut has been wrong so many times this season. Gotta take the Bears.
Caleb
How
Williams
do you
is
think-
hurt.
Oh, you know what, Kerry? I'm going to take the Bears.
Wow.
I'm going to take the
Are
Bears.
the Niners good then?
I think DeAndre Swift can carry Caleb Williams to victory.
You guys love Caleb Williams picking him. Look at that.
I have total faith in the Jaguars and the Bears this week, man.
Alrighty, that's our pick. Make sure if you want to play along with us, we're going to post a graphic on Friday. Make sure you respond with who you think are going to win those games, and we'll
Do it.
shout you out on the show if you get all 3 correct.
Do it.
All right, so I got to talk about a scumbag today. This is going to be this is going to be a relatively short segment. So everyone knows it's in the Chiron down below. Azeez Al-Shaair suspended for 3 games following hit on Trevor Lawrence Sunday,
Which he has since appealed.
which he has since appealed. Do I think he's going to win that appeal? Absolutely not. Because it wasn't just his actions on Sundays. It was the multiple other times this year he's been flagged for late hits, for punching opponents, that kind of thing. It's repeated violations that makes it a 3-game suspension. Although this hit was pretty fucking egregious.
Yeah. Especially knowing he'd been injured.
Well, like, just even that. I don't have a problem if he's diving and makes contact. Okay? That is not the issue at all. If he would have, like, hit Trevor Lawrence, it wouldn't have been that bad. What he did was he brought his forearm up and put it into Trevor Lawrence's face mask and then bounced his head off the canvas.
Yeah, that thing bounced, man.
So it's not like, oh, it wasn't even that dirty of a hit. Okay? Contact is not the issue. It's the hit itself. Okay? He's trying to go out there and headhunt. That's what that looked like to me. And I know the Texans are like, well, he's not that kind of guy, blah, 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 blah. if you put a forearm into a sliding quarterback's face mask, even if you can't like completely avoid him, he followed through with the forearm. He followed through with it. It's pretty night and day. And then this scumbag that I'm about to show here decided to defend it. But the worst part is he was such a scumbag that when he got called out for being completely wrong, he deleted his tweet. So this is Jeremy Branham. We're just going to go to this. He's a Christian husband, father, dabbles in sports, radio at UH Cougars, co-host of Killer Bees on ESPN 975.
Giving this guy free shout-outs. Nobody listen to this guy's podcast.
So I replied to a tweet that he sent out, and I don't even know if the main tweet's still available. I could go to my notifications and look for it, but I think he deleted everything. Let me see.
Wait, so who's the scumbag?
Okay.
The guy that hit him or the guy that deleted his tweets?
Both, actually. But this
Double
guy's more of a scumbag. So I said, didn't launch is... So for starters, I'm hoping the best for Trevor Lawrence after this hit. Now let's address it. Lawrence starts to turtle up, but then takes 2 more chop steps before he slides. All of Aziz's momentum is moving toward Lawrence, and he sees the ball carrier seeking the first down, who is late/slow to slide. Aziz doesn't lead with the crown. He doesn't create helmet-to-helmet contact. He doesn't launch. The initial contact is very clearly to Lawrence's left shoulder. I'm all for the NFL erring on the side of safety when governing this play, so I can understand a penalty, ejection, fine, and or suspension. But the narrative that Aziz Al-Shaair is the dirtiest player in the NFL, that committed the most heinous play in football's history, is sensationalism at its finest. First off, I have literally I've not seen that. Literally not seen that from anyone. No one is saying Aziz Al-Shaair is the dirtiest player in NFL history and he just did the worst thing of all time. No. They're just calling him a scumbag because he did an absolutely dirty hit. Okay? So, I said didn't launch is crazy. What is this on the video if not launching? Look at this. He jumps off of both feet down into Trevor Lawrence. What do you mean that's not launching? So, he says, I'm not sure if it's crazy, but it's right. Didn't leave both feet, didn't move upward into his opponent, and didn't use any part of his helmet, not a launch. So this is a very cool screenshot. This is a very cool screenshot by this Jeremy Branham guy. So it says, is an illegal launch if a player leaves both feet prior to contact, spring forward, upward into his opponent, uses any part of his helmet to initiate forcible contact to any part of his opponent's body. Okay, I thought that was kind of weird, right? Because, that's oddly specific. Oddly specific. Because when I think, okay, well, what about a ball carrier? Because you're not jumping up into a ball carrier. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Also, the helmet-to-helmet thing was taken out, that's like a 2016 thing. So I thought that was odd. Let me look up the NFL. Let's check this out here. What does it actually say? Illegally launching into offensive opponents, illegal launch, and then that's... But this is the part he leaves out because he didn't actually read the rule book. He just took a screenshot of what he saw on Google. This does not apply to contact against the runner unless the runner is still considered to be a defensive player as defined in Article 7. Now, what is Article 7? Running, diving into, or throwing the body against or on a runner whose forward progress has been stopped, who has slid feet first, who has declared himself down by going to the ground untouched, has made no attempt to advance. And then it says regarding a sliding player. Okay? So, I responded, also you're incredibly wrong, which is even more cool screenshot though. And then for even more context, prohibited contact against players in a defenseless posture, this would be sliding. This is the thing that was referenced on the last one. Forcibly hitting the defensive player's head or neck area with the helmet, face mask, forearm, or shoulder, even if the initial contact is lower than the player's neck, and regardless of whether the defensive player also uses his arms to tackle the defensive player by encircling and grasping him. Okay? So I go into my notifications before we get on the show, and that his quote tweet's just gone. It's just gone. It's not here anymore. I wonder what happened.
We should tag him in the episode tweet and call him.
We probably should, because honestly, here's the thing. I don't mind if you have bad takes, okay?
I mean, you let us
Especially doing a podcast with Carrie.
Yeah. I don't mind if people have bad takes, okay?
The Jets are still not out of the
If you
AFC.
go out there, if I say that is clearly launching, what are you talking about? And then you post a screenshot of like the Google like short version and say like, yeah, well, ha ha ha, dumbass. And then so what he ended up doing later that night was just posting a bunch of dirty hits and like, is this worse than the Lawrence hit? Is this worse than the Lawrence hit? It's like, and it's like it was so funny because I was like, well, I just responded to all of them. Well, I don't see a launch, so
Is he getting shut down?
he got shut down a lot. Yeah,
No,
but
Lawrence.
it's like okay, guy, he operates out of Houston. Clearly, he's a fan of the Texans. I get it. Okay, but here's my thing. If I saw a Jags player do this, the same thing I've seen Miami players do this, I was like, that's kind of bad. Like, that's pretty fucking bad. Like, you don't have to slow play it just because it's your team. That's my one problem. And then to go and run and hide from it later after the fact is cowardly. It's cowardly.
Cowardice.
It's cowardly.
Cook that man! That was fun.
Okay, let me put this up. It's sharp. But it's cowardly.
Yes.
So, shout out to that guy. Scumbag, scaredy cat, coward.
Coward.
That's the kind of thing that they're if that's the kind of people they're hiring at ESPN, come to Beerly. Come to Beerly for your news.
Yes.
That's all I gotta say. Come to Beerly for your news.
Trevor, you have any NFL takes you want to talk about before
Do I have any NFL takes I want to talk about before we head to what?
we head to bed? Is there any recent news, anything you want to talk about last week? Anything?
Yeah, man.
Anything in your brain going on? Is there anything in there? Or the little rats in there trying to, bang on some coconuts or something?
They're thinking. Nah, not really. That game was really fun, though.
What game?
That we played 30 minutes ago.
Oh, forgot about that.
Probably
It's
40.
closer to 45.
Probably closer to 40. Yeah. My bad.
That game was fun. So we're gonna do those more often at the start of the show. Try and get the beers flowing a little bit. But I guess that's all we have for tonight.
I have one last question before.
Oh, Carrie has a question.
The AFC, we now have 7 teams with 8 wins. And the next closest team is the Colts with 6 wins and the Dolphins with 5. Is the AFC playoff wrapped up yet? Or no? In your
Not
opinion?
quite. I could still see Denver losing out, but I think I'm going
Do
to
you
take the Dolphins out and just give it to either the Colts or probably just the Colts.
The Bengals are 4-8. They do have an easy schedule.
No, the Bengals have been cooked for
I
weeks.
think they're cooked.
I just don't think they have a defense.
I don't think the Dolphins need to win out. I don't think they could beat the Texans and the Niners. I think they'll lose.
Also
one.
on ESPN, Shannon Sharp was blaming Joe Burrow for their loss against the Steelers.
I mean, he had a couple turnovers, but he's got to play perfect in order to win.
Yeah.
Man, when you catch the Steelers on a good day, that's a good football team right there.
Yeah,
Actually-
shout out Justin Fields put that game on ice.
I know. Having to bring him in to do his job for the second straight game.
You know,
Is there any chance the Ravens or Chargers miss the playoffs? No?
probably not.
Chargers still have the Chiefs, the Bucks, the Broncos, Raiders, and Patriots left. Ravens have the Giants, the Steelers, and the Texans.
I think if the Chargers
And the
can win
Browns.
3 of those games, they can take the 6th seed because I don't think the Dolphins are going to make it. I think Cincinnati has been out. I think the Dolphins are probably out. Indianapolis is going to have to turn everything on at the same time. and
Yeah.
start winning games, and I don't think that's going to happen. So
I
probably.
mean, do you think there's any chance Bengals can go 9-8? They have the Cowboys, the Titans,
Dude, they're not going to win out. They're for sure not going to win out.
Do you think they'll beat the Cowboys on Monday Night Football?
Yeah.
How about the Titans?
Yeah.
The Browns?
Maybe.
The
They're going to lose one of these games, huh?
the Broncos at home?
Yeah, maybe.
And then the Steelers.
They're going to lose at least 2 of those games.
Fair. Yeah, with that, they need to rebuild that defense.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I thought of one last question for you. This one's for Zach. You've been a known Kirk Cousins supporter, but you also been a known Michael Penix supporter. A 4-interception, terrible game, which the Chargers offense did not look good. Falcons should have won that game if Kirk Cousins didn't make those turnovers. Do you think next year there's time for a conversation?
I think so. Here's my thing. This is again why you don't do what the Falcons did.
It is unnecessary drama when you don't need it.
Yeah,
$40 million is a lot of money.
It is.
and the problem is Kirk Cousins is still getting a majority of that $40 million next year.
I think
It's the third year where it falls off a cliff.
Yeah.
So, like, it's almost impossible not to play him next year, even though we're starting to see these games out of Kirk Cousins. He had a couple earlier this year where he just throws 3-4 picks, and it's just like he looks horrible.
Those are awful picks, too.
They were horrible throws.
Especially
Like, I don't even know what he was looking at. I mean, guys were covered up. Like, throwing it in, like, double, triple coverage is nuts.
I think he's definitely going to start the year, but if it gets to around week 8, 9, 10, and they're 1, 2, 3 games under 500, you're going to have to put Penix in. Penix, sorry.
Got dicks on the brain?
Yeah.
He always does.
No, yeah.
All right. Yeah, I think Trevor's right. I think he's going to start next year. I think if they get out of – here's the question. If they fall out of playoff contention this year in the NFC, do you start playing Penix late this year?
The
Just get
NFC
him some
South.
experience.
The NFC South is so bad. I think they're going to be in it till the end.
Yeah, they probably will.
Because they're tied. They're tied with the Bucks right now, but they have the head-to-head.
Yeah.
And Bucks do have a very easy schedule the rest of the way. Falcons have the Vikings this week, which should be a tough game. But then they have the Raiders, the Giants, Commanders, and Panthers. So
Yeah, the Bucks have the Raiders, the Chargers, the Cowboys, the Panthers, the Saints.
it's actually going to be an interesting game. Kirk going back to Minnesota this week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just think that Minnesota's defense is good enough to.
Wait. All right, I thought of one last one. This is it.
Oh my God.
This one's for Trevor.
Yes.
Do you worry about the Ravens at all after losing the Eagles?
To make the playoffs? No. But I said this a couple weeks ago, and I talked to a couple people about it on Twitter, including Kevin Ostriker. I was like, dude, I don't know if taking Justin Tucker into the playoffs is really like how much you can really trust them. Like if they have options, I feel like they should have started exploring them a couple weeks ago. There's a couple free agents. I think the best one's probably Cade York. He actually played a little bit this year. But the Ravens have a lot of problems. Their right guard and right tackle are both horrible.
Wait, we talked about this in the offseason.
I know, and it wasn't an issue. But
Well, I think they need to play Ben Cleveland, actually. I think they got a better right guard that actually played last year. But Falele is just – he's so big, dude. Like, but
was it
still,
not
it's
a
not
mistake?
working. Harbaugh loves him.
It's not
And
a
I even
mistake.
listened to Harbaugh talk today after practice. I think it was today. But anyways, he said that he was ecstatic about the offensive line. And a lot of Ravens fans that I follow on Twitter are kind of calling for his head. So I tweeted something about Bill Belichick coming there, but they didn't seem very happy about that. So I'm worried about them losing playoff games. I'm not worried about them missing the playoffs.
How many of the remaining games do you see them winning, Trevor? They have the Giants,
Yeah,
Steelers.
probably all of them. The Steelers is at home, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they should win that.
Texans in Houston.
Oh,
I think they'll win that.
And then the Browns.
They should win that. They only have 4 games left. Oh yeah, they're off this week,
Yeah, they're on bye week.
but they have
Sure,
4
right.
8 right now. They should win at least 3 more. They'll definitely be a wild card, but all of those AFC division winners are pretty good. So
Letting Kevin Zeitler walk might be the worst move of the offseason. Lions got him for $5 million. He's the leading vote getter for the Pro Bowl right now at guard. I don't know. I think Trevor hates PFF grades, but the PFF grades for
no, I hate
Macari,
the 33rd team.
Falale and Macari's PFF grades this season are 56 and 63, and Simpson and Zeitler, who they let walk, are 80 and 90.
Well, you had to let Simpson. No, they let Moses walk.
They lost 3 linemen, but Zeitler.
Yeah, Falele needs to. They need to bench him or send him back to Moana or something. But I don't know, man.
Oh, real quick, Trevor, do you want to talk about the Madden League we got going?
Yeah, I'm the Broncos, man. Doing all right. We're pretty not that great though. It's pretty fun though. The settings are pretty good. I'm 3-2 right now.
I just got to 4-2. Sweep of the
Wow.
Colts on the season. So
Carrie's too cowardice to join, man.
Actual losses.
it's hard, dude.
Shocked.
Patrick Mahomes is not fair in that game.
I
It's
got to
not
play him
fair.
twice in the next 3 weeks.
Did you see what I sent you?
Yeah.
Do the refs call everything for him too? Or is that only in reality?
Any questionable calls in the Madden game?
I got a couple questionable ones against KC I was pissed about.
Hmm.
I got a couple like I was tackled and then a flag would go up for a block in the back. Like after the play was over, and I was like,
White
"Are you
flag.
joking?" I
That's
get like
what-
a first down on like 3rd and 1. It'd be 3rd and 11.
Goodness. Yeah. All right.
All right.
Oh.
Well,
That's all.
okay. Thank you guys for tuning in and watching tonight's show. We will see you guys next week where we'll drink some more beer, talk some more ball, do it the Beerly way, because that's the only way we know how.